Hello. Welcome in. Hello. Hi. It is stream time today. I am doing a air just tried to take me out. I'm trying to see why I don't think I've ever streamed in 1080p, even though I thought I was. And I think every time I do my videos on YouTube, like my imports of my VODs to YouTube, that it's in 1080, but I also could be wrong. I don't think I've ever paid too much attention. But I'm got annoyed that it seemed that I was only getting 720p. So instead of working on this, even a couple of days ago, when I realized this was happening, I said, I'll figure it out later. And later was 1 minute before stream started. So that's fun. Anyways, I don't know why I do this to myself. Anyways, let us get started. Welcome in. Welcome to stream. Hi, hello. How are ya? Today's been a fun day. A fun day? It's been a day. It's been a good day. It's not been bad. I have been sleepy all day, and any chance my body thought I could catch a nap, it tried to take one. So I kind of had a headache for a bit of the day because I was sleepy, and I was forcing myself to stay awake until I, got my lunchtime nap. So that's good. I'm very excited for this. This is the last DLC of the Rise of the Golden Idol. And so I suspect there's going to be a third Golden Idol game. I hope at least there's another Golden Idol game. I will be heartbroken if this is the end of the series in general, because this has been such a fun ride. The artwork is crazy. The story is very fun. And so I guess let's just jump into it. This is the Golden Idol Investigations, The Curse of the Last Reaper. I like having the detective pass when I bought the game. That meant I got all these without any extra cost, because I think it either was rolled into the game. I think that was the only way I could buy it, honestly. I have no idea. Either way, let's get started. These outfits are goofy. Pay heed to the curse of the last reaper. A horrifying tale for the ages. Oh, we're starting off crazy already. Look at this dude's face. Oh, the music is fun. Okay, sorry, I was once again looking at the quality of the stream, trying to see what we were streaming at, but it's now just set to auto, and hopefully it doesn't suck. All right, let's get into it. We have this. Oh, we've seen this. All right, that's our beginning cinematic. Let's get into the puzzle. Last orders, a deadly end, and a murderous beginning. Honestly, kind of feels like the Oberdin, Return of the Oberdin, where everything went wrong. I should finish that game and put up the last of it on stream on my YouTube. Oh, we have two different time periods, 1797 and 1927. Fascinating. The music's already off-putting. We're off to on the right start. All right. What on earth were you doing traveling with something so dangerous? If I'd have known that do I know how to read? Only sometimes. If I'd have known what was in that crate, I'd have never let you keep it in your room. A corkscrew. I don't know why I thought that was some other weapon. I recognize this as like a cable, but not a weapon or a corkscrew. A washcloth. Man. All right. What was that? It crawled out, whatever it is. I'm sorry, son. I'm so sorry. 'Tis a key with a 2 on it and a fish and an empty pistol. The barrel is still warm. It was shot. The pistol was shot. He's crying. He feels bad. He has blood coming out of his mouth. He's bleeding. So now I'm questioning who shot who with what. But let us continue. If found, please return to Wesley Beckett, barkeep at the Red Herring Inn in Port Armando. Substantial reward available. Hey, music, you got real creepy on me this time. Room 1, Eleanor, do not disturb. This is August 13th, 1797. Room 1, Eleanor, do not disturb. Room 2, Eleazar, requested healer Joliffe. Room 3, Marlowe, he is blind, wants to change room. Okay. So we got 3 rooms. There's a healer named Joliffe, not Joloff. Okay. If this is lost, return it to Wesley Beckett. Okay. Cool. Okay, let us continue. What is the meaning of this strange sketch that the evil beast dropped as it fled into the waves? A bad omen, perhaps? If so, I fear the bosun's prognosis is grim. Now, we learned a lot of terminology from Oberdin, and the bosun is the person on the ship that's running something. Don't exactly remember. It might be the actual operations of the ship. But also, why does it dry? Oh, I thought this was a head. It's dried roots and herbs. Still looks like a head, but now I see a leaf. That makes a little bit more sense. A red tincture. What a great word tincture is. Hello, welcome in. And then we have dear mother. Indeed, that is mother, I guess. Okay. Okay, let's go into the inn. Oh, wait, this is where we started from. I don't think I realized that. Okay. This is the Red Herring Inn. Rooms available. Cool. Now, let's see the flip side of the coin of 1927. Ooh, okay. E. Joliffe's Museum of Antiquity. Okay, the doors are locked. Hate that. Hate that already. It's a museum of weird things, oddities. A flintlock pistol from the 1790s. I know how to read sometimes. Once owned by one of the pirates from Captain Triton's infamous crew, who went missing along with their ship, the Last Reaper, after looting a Lemurian vessel. See, I named my streams based on what I think is going to happen in the game. I didn't know the Last Reaper was a ship. So, you know, not entirely wrong, but also like, had I known it was a name, I would have made it a little bit different. Okay. This specimen was discovered on a nearby beach after the tsunami of 1905 washed away one of the Miserade Islands. Okay. Old Woman by unknown artist. Date 1790s. Donated by A. Joliffe. Okay. We have a cigarette. A cigarette that has a ship logo on it. Looks like either that or a weird smiley face that's creepy, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a ship. All right, let's look at this guy. What are you barking at? What have you seen? What have you seen? Oh, heaven have mercy. Okay, but we're also dealing with, let's keep in mind, we keep seeing this skull necklace on people. So maybe this guy is related to the guy from the 1797. Just throwing that out there. My noble son, I leave to you this necklace which belonged to my father Abacus. Okay, so that's probably the guy that was out there who sounded real smart. May you hand it down to your own children one day, your loving father. Abacus is the name of the guy. Okay. Cool. Edward, I'll raise my bid. 1,200. This is my final offer. Okay. And we got keys. We love when we have keys on us. Let's see what the dog is barking at. I'm sorry, where's the dog barking? Oh, it's over there. Okay. Oof. That looks like someone got trampled or something. A manhole key cover. Let's try that again. A manhole cover key. There we go. A crowbar. A mangled body. This man is not breathing. Oh, this woman is not breathing. Yeah, it's not going well for this person. A map. Maybe there's a tunnel under this building, and they were coming out over here, and this is actually where the bridge is, and they're supposed to stop there. This is the manhole entrance that we saw. That's where the cigarette was. And they came out here, but things went wrong somehow. Ms. Bourdet. As agreed, here is the 1,200 in advance. Once you are done, meet me back at the entry/exit point in the courtyard in front of the museum. As per instructions, once you have given me what I have paid for, I will ride off into the night, never for you to hear from me again. Okay. And 1,200. There was an exchange of money. Things were done. Maybe she did get trampled by the person. That'd be crazy if that's what happened. Okay. At that point, though, once you trample someone, you may as well just take your money back. Don't leave it on the dead one. Or the letter. Jeez. Like, cover up your tracks if you're going to kill someone, I suppose. All right. This is Captain Radigan Olida's pub crawl boat tour of the Mesrade Islands. Highlights include the rusty anchor and the raised tankard. Okay. Cost me a pretty penny, this map, but it's gonna pay off big, real big. Sure, that's... We have maps. We have maps! This is exciting. Very exciting. I do want that to stop that noise, though. Okay, we have names. We got words. Let's continue on. We haven't found all the spots or all the words, which is wild, because we still have to go into the inn. This is the battered cod. Okay. We got horses, ES. We have another map. And we're supposed to be proving which one was found. Hello, Tiny Pants. Tiny Pants 206. How you doing? Hi. Glad for you to be here. Always a joy. We're just getting started on this, what feels like a creepy thing. Also, the music feels really loud, but it's probably just fine. I would like y'all to experience the craziness that this soundtrack is. Good. I'm glad you're doing. I'm glad you're doing. I'm doing too. I'm mostly sleepy doing because I'm forever sleepy. That's okay. That's okay. I try to give the once we figure out the scenario, I try to make sure I read what happened or try to review all the details a little bit so that when we get to the end makes sense. Right now, I don't even know what's happening. Oh, I'm glad you like to hear my voice. I like to hear yours too. We haven't had a call in a minute, so we should do that soon. But in the meantime, we're looking at the battle card and we're looking at maps on the horses. And this guy who I can't say he looks like an unsavory fellow, but anyone at night in a phone booth with that kind of expression just tells me that they're up to no good. We got the cigarettes with the logo that we saw. So let me back up. When we first started this round, we saw that there was this cigarette out over here that got put out next to this manhole cover, which then connects to this manhole cover. But the person was smoking this cigarette, and so now we have proof that the person was maybe, I don't know if it's this person exactly, but this is a cigarette brand that connects them. This person over here that was smoking and made it out of this manhole cover, things went horribly for them. They were able to get in the manhole. They have a crowbar and the manhole cover key. Made it through. They were supposed to, let me show you the map. They got into the manhole cover, go under the museum that's right here. This museum is of antiquity. I suppose they were maybe trying to steal something. I don't know what the point of this was. Either way, they came out in front of this guy's house, and the person who set them up to do this gave them $1,200 to pay up front, and then they were gonna leave. And I said, this person, and so they popped up here. This guy's like, "What are you barking at, boy?" Because their dog's barking. That person that came out over here apparently got trampled or something. It didn't go well for them. We'll see what happened, because I don't know. Okay, that's where we got this guy from. So looking at some of the prompts, which map proves what proves each map is not the original from 1797. And now I'm like, I don't recall a map in general in the first part, because this has two parts to it. We have the 1797 version and the 1927 version. I don't know what's going on yet still, but we're getting there. So let's see what this man has to say. "Hey boss, it's Marsh. Guess what I've just got hold of? The one and only remaining map from Captain Triton's final voyage. Positive. It's the real deal." And so we're trying to prove which one is the actual real one. This dude has a tattoo of a leg with a bone sticking out like it was amputated. Either way, we have some coordinates. I don't know how we're supposed to figure this out. We still don't have all the spots. Oh, that's because we need to go inside. But before we do that, I want to come back here and see if I ever saw any of these map things people were talking about. That's a picture. This is root herbs, and this is a red tincture. And then here's just a weird scene too. We have this guy who's not doing well. He seems to be the captain of a ship. And this seems to maybe be his son, or maybe he's just talking just in general to the air. And then we have who was staying where. I don't know. And then we have, this is the Red Herring Inn. That's where that book is supposed to be returned to. And we have this dude, the samurai looking dude. They're all wearing this necklace though, which means this is Abacus. We actually got his name earlier. This is Abacus. Yeah. So let's go back to 1927. We're starting off early with these two different time periods. Let's go inside the inn. Oh, less terrifying music. I love that. All right. Trust me, Eliza, yours isn't worth the paper it's drawn on anyway. My research proves that mine is the genuine artifact. Okay. This is a map of where to get certain goods. Seems like either poison or alcohol. Seems closer to... I don't know what triple X means on bottles. It feels like alcohol because I feel like if it's poison, it's going to be skull and crossbones. But I also don't know. Then we got chili peppers. And then we got some coffee. And then we got some grain of some variety. But she doesn't have the real one. He does. Let's see what hers has. She has a knife. Sorry to burst your bubble, Jasper, but that's a fake. I've got the real one right here in my pocket. Wait, where has it gone? Oh, it got ganked. Okay. On this spot more than 100 years ago, Bosun Garner was mauled to death. So maybe that's the one, that's the guy in the hotel room in 1797. Bosun Garner. Okay. Bosun is not a name, it's a title of the, it's a job on the ship. Alright. Ashamed to see that goateed fool leave, I was enjoying watching him drool over his modern forgery. At least Mr. Wiles and Miss Swan are still here to amuse me with their naivety. Alright, you can get shrimp over here. You can get some pork over here. Watch out for pufferfish. Turtle Island. X marks the spot right there. A ruby ring and the creatures of the Miserate. Kitson squirrel. This species of squirrel was discovered by Kitson, who immediately noticed his penchant for conspiring with animals of other species and his distrust of fellow squirrels. That's so funny. A squirrel that distrusts other animals and is specifically other squirrels, and it's like, nah, I'm gonna go talk to these other animals. You other squirrels, I don't trust you. He's always looking out, always side-eyeing them. Solum puffer. Discovered in 1823, this pufferfish is known to emit toxins that raise blue patches on the skin when it is attacked. It can be identified by the double cross symbol on its back. Cyanic chameleon. This lizard's ultimate weapon is its camouflage, which triggers whenever the reptile is tampered with. Tropical elephant. Only found in the Miserate Islands, this elephant has an incredible memory and a fondness for shellfish. It is known to trample the surrounding fauna when panicking. Okay. Port Local Library. January 09, Jules Sutcliffe. May 13th, Roger McDonald. August 24th, Myrtle Song. Okay. Okay. We have 2 more spots, which are going to contain 5 words total. Okay. Port Armando Times, August 7th, 1927. Hello, welcome in. Gangsters used the historic lighthouse on Skull Island to crash ships so that they could then rob them. The leg cutters, so named because they chop off their victims' legs and dry them, so... so as to steal their boots intact, used the St. Osmond's Lighthouse, built in 1813, to run aground 3 vessels yesterday. The ships were then plundered by the gang's sole female member, known as Light Hands Loretta. Flying high. The 5th annual airplane stunt championships took place yesterday. Keith Chalmers, Lawrence Fryer, and Percy Greggs came first, second, and third respectively. Last year's winner, Eliza Swan, did not take part. No reason has yet been given. She's on something bigger. She's looking for something bigger. But also look at these planes. This plane has the shape of that pufferfish on its back. And Eliza Swan is, I think, this person, because he calls her Eliza. Yes. This is Jasper, and this is... Yeah, Eliza Swan is over there. This is Jasper Wiles. We're still... Oh, I haven't gone to one spot for one word for... Yeah. We got everything. Okay. The Battered Cod receipt, Table 1, Ansel M. 1 time, 1 Mariner Lightning, amount to pay 3 cash money. Okay. All right, let's see if we can start naming people, because we know that this is a person. Okay. Let's move this over just a wee bit so you can see names. Okay. We have a lot of names, but I don't think a lot of them are going to matter right now. I do think this is Loretta. Okay, we know who Loretta Swan is. Nope, Eliza Swan. We know that this is her. And this is Jasper Wiles. And who was she again? So this guy, the Let Cutters, the guy outside must be part of them because of his tattoo. As I said, he has this crazy tattoo with the boot, with the leg that's cut off with the bone sticking out, but the boot's fully intact. Okay. So then this is Edward. Captain Radigan's Olita's Pup Crawl. Boat Tour of the Miserate Islands. Highlights include the Rusty Anchor and Ray's Tankard. It does kind of look like, what do you see? Do you see a cap and a guy in a hat and a thing, or do you see a mountain and a river or something like that? Yeah, fill in your face, see, or it could be a lot of different tests, but yeah, that fill in the face. Yes, it feels like they failed. Like, it does feel like you should see a little bit more nose, but maybe not. Also, welcome in, Picture of a Crook. Hi. Shall I review what I've already discovered, or will you catch on slowly as I go through the clues again, because I don't know who everyone is. Hey Sin, how you doing? I'm gonna need you to pay attention to on Steam chat. Hi. Glad you're here. I'm so excited that you're here too. Oh my god. gosh. Okay. Okay. I'm all flustered right now. All right. So Bosun. I don't know how to say that. It feels like it should be Bosun. Garner was mauled to death. That tells me that if we're looking at the people, the guy that died in the beginning, because we are. Okay, let's review. We have two different time periods. Right? Okay, so we have two different time periods. We have, this is in 1797, and this is a real quick area. This is like the head of the inn, and this guy was traveling with something weird, and it escaped and it mauled him. Could have been one of those weird elephants they were talking about. Anyways, he got mauled, but he did shoot something, but it did not help. He has a key that has a fish and a 2 on it. I don't know if that means anything or it's just a key. We do have 3 people who have stayed in this hotel at the moment. I don't know if any of these names really matter right now, except for maybe... I don't know. This must be Wesley Beckett. But none of these names on here really seem to be what this guy's about. Eleanor, Elizar, and Marlowe. I don't think this guy is blind. Hard to tell. Anyways, whatever, he did shoot the gun, and so whatever it is dragged itself out. This guy named Abacus. What is the meaning of this strange sketch that the evil beast dropped as it fled into the waves? A bad omen, perhaps? If so, I fear the bosun's prognosis is grim. This might be the healer. This is the healer Joliffe that was requested. A strange sketch. That is so funny. That is a strange sketch. It is a look. And so, but we do have these people that do have this necklace with the skull on it, this golden skull on it. And whatever this is a healer because he's carrying around some tinctures and some herbs and roots to heal. Right. Which would make sense because on the back is a map. Wait, can I look at this any different? Okay. On the back is a map. You can kind of tell from here that that's the map right there. Okay, I wanted to get that out of the way. Okay. Looking at this map on the back, because you can't see it here. I'm trying to see if you can maybe see something from the back, but obviously it's at night and it's not flipped over. Yeah, no, the map's definitely on the back of this. So I guess we need to remember that there's a landmass in the top left-hand corner. There's a big blob in this moderate right center. And a bird's claw south of that big blob. Then we go inside. This is where we see the scene. Now, let's flip it to 1927. There we go. She's a pilot who did not participate in a competition that she had previously won. Or participated in, I guess. He's telling her map is wrong. He has a map but she can't find her map now. His map is not correct according to the one that we saw in the other one. He thinks he knows. He's mansplaining. That's all I'm gonna say. He's mansplaining. And this person, she also has a map, but she also has a book about the creatures, which might tell us something about what actually trampled or what attacked the captain in 1797. It was not the chameleon because whatever it is left. It could be the tropical elephant incredible memory and fondness for shellfish. Trample the surrounding fauna when panicking. So the captain may have been trampled. It's not the puffer fish, but whatever it is, went into the water. And I feel like if it was a squirrel, it would have become friends with the human because this squirrel only distrusts other squirrels, which is very funny. And then we have this, which has who borrowed this book from the library. I didn't even realize that when I was reading it, but nice to know. We have names. I guess if we want to see who's checked this out most recently, this is Myrtle's Song, which, makes sense. Myrtle's Song, I like it. That gives us a name. Okay. And so then looking at this, we have the guy that went outside. This has got to be the guy. Okay, she said in her thing, it's a shame to see that Goateed full leave. I was enjoying him drool over his modern forgery. The last person here was sitting here. He left. This is Ansel M. Ansel M must be the guy sitting in the phone booth. He has a goatee. He is part of the leg cutters. Marsh, Ansel Marsh. That's who this is. We're putting it together quickly. Ansel Marsh. Saying it out loud may actually be the strat. Okay, so we got Abacus here. We already know this. We know this is Edward. We don't know their last names unless... Actually, he's the healer, so that's Healer Joliffe, and so he's the grandson of that person. That must be Joliffe. We have Loretta Lighthands, but we don't know her actual last name. And Lighthands is not a name up here we can use. We do know that this guy is Wesley Beckett. He's an inn owner. Who are you? Wait. This is Radigan Olita's pub crawl. Okay. This must be Radigan Olita. Okay. What a name. I don't know if that's considered a powerful name or not, but that is a name. Okay. So then we have this. Let's see what was on her person. Hello, Queen Jazz. Right? That's fine. That's fantastic. Welcome in. Okay. Miss Bourdet. Okay, so we now know this is Loretta Bourdet. I forgot we did get her last name. I don't know what they were doing. As agreed, here the 1200 in advance. Once you're done, meet me in back of the entry exit point, talking about the manholes that she just went in and out of. And then the last sentence, I feel like, tells me what happened to her. As per your instructions, once you have given me what I have paid for, I think she was stealing from the Museum of Antiquity, probably the map. Okay, let me tell you about it. The map was broken out. Old Woman by Unknown Artist, donated by A. Joliffe. So, that's the old woman, but on the back was the map. That's what it is. Okay. It's all coming together. I don't understand why we're looking at this specifically or what the heck this thing is. I hate it. I hate them both. I don't like it. But looking at this scene, after looking at more of the detail, you can see that the grates here have been tampered with. And this was stolen. I assume they went back the way they came in and left. Maybe this comes back to what happened later on. I don't know. Just feels like too many ankle bones. Anyways, this person that's over here, went in through this manhole cover right here after smoking a cigarette. And then they came out here, gave something to someone, and I assumed they were actually trampled, trying to head back to the inn, I'm guessing, by the person on the horse, because he said he was going to ride off into the night. That's my guess. And then the dog alerted to this person who actually owns this. This is Edward Joliffe's. This is his museum of antiquity. It's all coming together now. We got this. All right. This guy thinks was he the one who paid for the map? I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe he did. But someone was going to ride off into the night. Maybe he did pay for it. But I feel like there's someone on a horse. Oh, wait. Horse person. Horses over here. Do any of the horses... This horse is wet. Why is this horse wet? What? Why is that horse dripping wet? I don't know if y'all saw that. Why is this one dripping wet, but none of the others are? And there's a cigarette in here. And some matches. Maybe because she will... Tropical elephant, aka horse. You'd think they'd know what a horse was. Either way, I don't know. Definitely got trampled by something, got run over by something. I guess what I just got a hold of, the one and only remaining map of the... Okay. Then we got this, which does not look like... This could be a zoomed out version, but I don't think so. Okay. Let's flip back because we got one more name to figure out. This is the Battered Inn. Oh, no, the Red Herring Inn. Okay. This person... Eleanor? Do not disturb. Elazar requested healer Joliffe. Can we see any details about this room? Because this honestly just looks like the front house. But it's someone who traveled here. And hold up. The music inside this inn got real killer. I imagine if this wasn't meant to be kind of creepy, this would make some sick metal music. Would love. All right. What did he say? I wouldn't have... Had I known what was in the crate, I would have let you keep it in your room. Huh. And whatever it is fled into the water. Now this person who could be in room 2 who has requested healer, but also Eleanor was do not disturb. I'm sorry, son. I'm so sorry. Was he trying to get this? Ah, this person was in room 2. That's what that means. That's what that 2 on the key means. We have figured out something that was real obvious just now. I love when this happens. All right. Pause. I need a drink. Also, everyone, hi. I am trying to expand what happens in chat and whatnot. I was sitting here, and since I can now, not that any of this costs money, but now that I do have the ability to do more things because I am considered an affiliate, I think I want to know what you would like what kind of interactions you would like, because you can use your channel points. They collect over a period of time in that little bubble down at the bottom of chat. You can click on that, collect your points, and if you collect enough, you can pay that to, and this again costs $0, but you collect enough and then you can get me to do something for you, or you can get like special treatment of some type or something special. Like you could make me hydrate, because I was just about to take a sip of my drink and then I got distracted by that, because I watch Ramona the Gob, and she has one that's like 500 channel points for me for her to take a drink to hydrate. So I was like, well, what else can I do? Because I could also use that. I might add that anyways, because I do need to do that. But I would like to know if you have any thoughts at any point in time. What kind of things would you like to spend your channel points on? Today I wanted to spice up my water without having to go full like syrups or anything. And so, because I don't have any. You could force me to do a random accent or something like that. Make me say something, right? Ramona mentioned, we love goblins here. Goblins are sick. I don't know. Anyways, think about it. Throw some ideas out. Or I'll make I have my Google Keep open, so if I find something that truly is interesting or that I think that's possible, I'll throw it on there. Great stream today. The music was too peaceful, by the way, in your stream. The underwater music. I did take a nap. I came back and fell asleep again. I missed the end of your stream because of it, because I was asleep because the music was so peaceful. Unlike this, which is mildly terrifying. Also, I feel like I'm yelling. Anyways. That's awesome. I have a whole list of ASMR, but one song that always puts me to sleep, and it's from the movie Solaris, and it's called Will She... Why do I not remember the name of this song that I listened to almost every single night for years upon years? But there's other good songs on that soundtrack too. Like, hey, scroll. We Don't Have to Think Like That Anymore. That's a really good one. But the one that I listen to go to sleep every night, almost every night, if it's not ASMR, it's Will She Be Back? Will She Come Back? Yes, that's what it's called. It's so peaceful. Anyways, let us continue on with these puzzles now that I got distracted. Just a mild distraction as per usual. Also, if someone wouldn't mind, could you tell me what this stream is streaming at for you? Like, what is it? 1080p? Is it 720? Minimally, it should be 720. Maximum, it should though be 1080p, but I have no idea. I had to change the setting, and I might have to do some more work later on to fix that, because it should be streaming in 1080. Just let me know if you get a chance to look. Okay. Well, okay. I'll have to work on that. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. Appreciate it so much. Okay. So let's go back to this guy. Elazar. Garner. I should clarify where I got the name Garner from. Somewhere. I don't remember where at this point. Okay. Okay, we have this that was donated by that person. Where did something about Garner's last thing. Okay. Why is the horse dripping wet? I'm so confused by this. And she's also part of that Let Cutter group. As you can see, the same tattoo on her arm. I'll raise my bid, 1,200. This is my final offer. So this is someone who was trying to get this from Edward anyway for the museum. When he didn't say yes, he offered it to someone else who would pay for it, who would enjoy getting paid, and then they would go in and steal it. Okay. This is a whole scheme to get that one real map. So it wasn't this guy in the thing. He came across a map. I don't think it's correct. But he came across it. This one has a map in there. This, I don't think has any promise. Because whatever was in that crate, whatever was in that crate went back to the sea. I'm suspicious of that horse for some reason. Like, why are you all wet, dude? You okay? What? Tell me what you got. The answer is pie. Oh, if it were so simple. If it were only so simple. Okay, let's unclick that. Let's go to the map. None of these maps look correct to me compared to what was originally. For the one true original, use this. What proves each map is not the original from 1797? How am I supposed to prove that other than, what the correct map is? Pie sounds good though. A tiny pie opened near me, and that's a dangerous and hazardous thing to know. But also, like, the diner gyms, I haven't been there in a hot minute, but they have some of the best pies out there. I miss tiny pies, but they're also highly expensive, so I'm not that broken up about it, but I do really want some like coconut cream pie. We need to figure out who paid for the original. Was it this one? Does this person have the original map? Okay, the clue is in the conversation. In the conversation, let cutters loot with lighthouse. Gangsters use a historic lighthouse on Skull Island. So, okay, on Skull Island to crash ships so they could rob them. Leg cutters are so named because they chop off their victims' legs and dry them so as to steal their boots intact. Just go buy new boots. You're doing too much just for some boots. Anyways, used the St. Osmond's lighthouse built in 1813 to run aground 3 vessels yesterday. The ships were then plundered by the gang's sole female member, also known as Light Hands Loretta, or Loretta Bourdet is her name. The 5th annual airplane stunt championship took place yesterday. Last year's winner, Eliza Swan, aka this person, did not show up, and there was no explanation for it. That's because she's here doing this. She's looking for something. Okay. Why is this dude wet? He has a puddle under his foot. Is that his horse? Why? Why is he dripping wet too? He has a map in his pocket. There is a Skull Island here, but they're not showing lighthouses. What does that mean? I don't think he has the right map either. I think she may have had the right map. No, whoever stole it from the thing. Mariner's Lightning. Anselm. Okay, he's the one outside. Okay, but there's 2 let cutters here. I don't know if they're aware of that. Okay, hold up. There's got to be a conspiracy between these two because he's like, look what I got my hands on. The one and only remaining map. If he knew that this other let cutter was here, would he have stolen it off her body, or did he do that to her? But also, like, did Jasper actually trample her and go sit down there? Or was that Eliza who paid for it? And he stole it from her. In which case, he would have the real one. Unless Jasper does. Okay. I think Jasper has the real one. Judging by that logic. I'm so bad at logic puzzles, though. But I think Jasper has the real map. Okay, so let's... Okay. Eliza didn't have... She had a map, but it got stolen off of her. The horse... Oh, wait. Okay. I want to see if around the dead one, if she's soaking wet. It doesn't look like it, other than, blood. She got her 1200. I will ride off into the night, never for you to hear from me again. Are we missing something here? There's the dog, didn't run her over. But whatever it is, trampled her probably. This wet horse situation. ES. Who is ES in this situation? Eliza Swan. So this is her horse. She has... Oh, she left her map in the thing. In her bag. That's where her map is. It was not stolen. Okay, that changes things. Because if I thought he stole it, then maybe that was it. But no. He has cigarettes, which means... Ooh, okay. Let me go back to this person. This note says... Once you are done, meet me back at the entry-exit point in front of the courtyard, in the front museum. Which means she went all the way through, and maybe she went through, got the map, came out, and then maybe she went back through to go the other way. To go elsewhere, maybe back to that, and that's where she was trampled. He was supposed to ride away. I think Jasper has the real map. So let's go look at his map. Because he's the one who was smoking that cigarette brand. She wasn't smoking it, he was. and he's wet. I don't know why he's wet. This stresses me out. Like, why are you dripping wet, dude? Unless he's actually a squirrel who distrusts other squirrels. Okay. Let's see. Real map. I have to move this. I was thinking merman, but also like we have no mention of a merman. We have a pufferfish that causes people to get red rashes on themselves when he's not, like, theoretically not a fish. Like, obviously not a fish. But the dude's wet, and I don't know why he's wet. Just which means he either jumped into the water with his horse. I don't know. Truly, it was a fear reaction to what? I don't know. That's very funny. For the one true original, use this. Okay. This. I don't know how I'm supposed to do this. How do I use this? What am I filling in? Am I I don't know what I'm supposed to be filling in here, actually, now that I think about it. Oh! I can move these around. Oh, the thing that's wrong about it. Okay, I got it. I think it's this. How am I supposed to... Okay. Okay, how am I supposed to know what was an incorrect way of the map? Other than this creature thing. Kitten squirrel. Conspiring with other animals of other other species. And then we have the lizard's ultimate weapon is its camouflage, which triggers when a reptile is tampered with. The tropical elephant is known to trample the surrounding fauna when panicking. And the pufferfish is known to emit toxins that raise blue patches on the skin when attacked. It can be identified by the double cross symbol on its back. Mortal Song is the one who rented this. So the lighthouse feels like something from... The lighthouse map is probably from the Lead Cutters. And so... And then... This is the map that Myrtle's Song has. No. Yes? This is the one with the pufferfish. And then... So he has the one with the goods. Let's see what this says again. Bosun Garner. That's where I got Garner from. Okay. Was mauled to death. He was mauled to death by a pig. There's a lot of animals that maul. His map, I think, is the correct one. All right, let's go outside. Let's see if we can... I just don't know. Okay. This is the lighthouse one. From this guy that's not even a lead cutter. which means did he steal this from the dead one? And then he has this one. I wonder if Skull Island, like the Skull Island was a feature of the story about the Let Cutters. The historic lighthouse on Skull Island. But this was built in 1813. Which tells me anything that has to do with that lighthouse, like the lighthouse one, can't be true. Can't be the most recent. Can't be the one that's accurate for the time. Because we're looking at 1797. But we still have a Skull Island here. We can do this. We have a Skull Island on this one, on this one, on this one, on this one. Someone got mauled by something. Does that make that one incorrect? Okay, what does this have to do with the guy that got mauled? Requested a healer. Eleanor's do not disturb. And Port Armando. Marlo wants to change room. Substantial reward available. This is 1797. What on earth were you doing traveling with something so dangerous? If I'd have known what was in that crate, I'd have never let you keep it in your room. He shot whatever it was. The strange sketch that the evil beast dropped as it fled into the waves went back into the water. It went back into the water. But that's where it escaped to. Red herring in. That just now makes me feel like there's a part of this that is false. Something that's just like something to throw me off the track, because when you show a red herring, it just feels like you're trying to throw me off. Right? What are we missing here? We're missing something. Also, the double cross is also the money symbol, the currency symbol, the battered cod. And then for some reason, there's a dude that's completely just wet. I'm looking at these drinks and I'm like, okay, this is like snake oil. This is a blueberry wine. This is scorpion poison. I don't know what this actually is. But we also have a pig. We got something that feels very golden idol-esque. A dwarf sitting on a toilet. That's what this little picture is. That is goofy. That's very funny. Then we have this frog up here. Hey, mouse, don't do that. You're really annoying me when you do that. Which map? What proves each map is not the original from 1797? For the one true original, use this. How did we know this? That's my problem, is that I don't know how we got to that point, that, or how we're supposed to know this. Meaning of this strange sketch that maybe there's something to this. Dear mother. She had a face. She had a face. A strange sketch. Hold on. Hold up. Does he have her nose? Is this actually his ancestor? Did her ancestor, her descendant, suggest that turn into a mansplainer? Is that what happened? Okay. Let's see what we get when we just throw things here. Okay, that was useless. Don't do that. That was a horrible idea. Actually, that we already know the story of this. This guy has done research. I'm going to go with my original theory that this is the original. But she has a book about this. And then who even had this one? That's the real question. Who even had that particular map? Let's go outside. It's got to be out there. No, he has the lighthouse one. She didn't have a map on her other than the one to get into the museum. He has the one that has this. King Triton's final voyage. Positive it's the real deal. So the cot is this building to begin with. Oops. Get out. This is the battered cod. That's fake. Because that's now just a symbol. Okay. Okay. Looking at the horses. I don't know how she came to this, though she might actually have the real one, because there are mythical creatures that one wouldn't think should be there. And it went back into the sea. Oh, she might actually have the real one. Also, the map kind of matches the one on the back of the picture. Okay. Okay. Let's go here with this. His research suggests otherwise, but I don't think... Wait, what did that say? 2 or fewer are incorrect. So as I thought, this is a lie. This is where that event took place. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this one is. Why? Why are you like this? Okay. Let's keep this one because I think Skull Island is still it. No. So this was correct. Nice to know. That one's in. Okay, that's correct. That was incorrect. This is correct. Which means maybe it's a flip of this, and that this one. What are we looking for here? One of these two is correct. This one's correct. Okay, so this has to go down here. Cool. What's wrong with this one? He did his research. Why is this not correct? Okay. This one. This doesn't make sense. Okay. Let's review. He did research. He smoked a cigarette. But the horse is dripping wet. How do you smoke something that's been underwater? This. What did she say? Amuse her. Okay. She has money. She has a ruby ring. These are not the same cigarettes. That is a knife, but it seems to be clean. He's, for some reason, wet. My research proves that mine is the genuine artifact. We know the story. We know where she is. Why, again, this comes down to why is he wet? Why are you moist, my guy? The cigarette matches the one in Wet Man's horse. Obviously. Okay, we know this one's incorrect because we know that this cod is just a symbol here. We know that I have to choose one, right? One of these is correct. Maybe I'm not answering this correctly, which is the fundamental problem. What are you barking at? He's trying to see, what is that? Oh, that's a human that's all twisted up wrong. The door is locked. It was broken into. Was he the one who went into the sewer? Would you take your whole horse into the sewer? I don't think it fits. This is once again telling me that he's a squirrel. I mean, he looks way too alert. He's giving squirrel. She has a knife, but the person who's dead was not stabbed. She has this book of the creatures of the Miserates, but none of them are the creature outside of the pufferfish. Any of those. Like, one is definitely a pig. I am so confused by her map. So the pufferfish has got to be the thing that proves that this is. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That proves that her map is wrong, because everything else here suggests that this is not anything. The only thing that's correct on hers is this, or maybe it's the one thing that's incorrect. I don't know what it is about his. How does he know her map is incorrect when she doesn't even have it? How does he know? This man is a mystery to me. His map looks like this. He was mauled, we know that. So this is the same inn, just renamed. His is not everything. He's not dripping wet. Just his pants and his shoes. Like, it's just the ankle down. Like the bottom part of his pants, not even up to his knees. Which means he was the one to go in and steal it. But no one knows why she's incorrect, unless no one has the true one. But no, there's an answer here. For the one true original, use this. Okay, let's go back. Maybe the color of the picture is more telling. I mean, there's two that could match up against. I'm trying to figure out what he was researching. Dried roots and herbs. Okay. That's kind of food based. A red tincture. Evil beast dropped as it fled into the waves. So we've already confirmed these other three are absolutely incorrect. Are they're where they should be. These are incorrect because of these things. I wonder if there's something in here that suggests that Um, no. I thought maybe since it says do not disturb, it's like solitude. So just like an island with just one thing on it. But that doesn't really make sense either. Okay. All right, let's go back to the today times. What are we thinking about? Battered cod. Okay. Mariner's lightning. We got blueberry. We got snake. We got scorpion. We have the skull and crossbones. The weird dwarf guy on a chamber pot, which is very funny. We have that. What are we missing? Goatee full leave, modern forgeries. She has creatures. The only real one is this one. Or this is the only one that shows up on her map. Let's go out to this. Radigan Alita's pub crawl boat tour of the Meserate Islands. Rusty Anchor, the raised tankard. Well, that's all on here. But no, this is still correct. But also he has the map that has this. Highlights include so this whoever has this map has his map for the bar crawl. Who has this map? He has the bar crawl map. Got it. He has the map for the let cutters. She has the map for the animals, but only one animal is actually on there. She has the map. Okay. Your map is fascinating because I still don't know what it's about. Like, it looks like mythical creatures, but we don't ever hear anyone talk about mythical creatures outside of Abacus talking about the one that disappeared into the water. Which means this could be the correct map still. But the one who was smoking outside and around the dead one was Jasper. J-Dubs. And his map has this. What makes his wrong is really the question, because I'm still under the impression that hers is actually correct. These two guys swapped their maps. Seems dumb. She came up with her own map or read it in a book. One of these was stolen, and one of these he researched. Genuine artifact. But why is this wrong? I just finished reading your statement, Queen Jazz, where you said there's some questions that maybe shouldn't be answered, like why a person is wet. Maybe they just got really scared or have a glandular problem. The glandular problem is the part that I missed reading. Very funny. It's also just, but like I said, it's just the ankles of his pants and his shoes, which means he waded through water. I agree. As agreed, here's the 1200 in advance. Once you are done, meet me back at the entrance exit point, the courtyard in the front of the museum. As for your instructions, once you have given me what I have paid for, I will ride off into the night, never for you to hear from me again. Per your instructions. Oh, you were making short jokes? That's very funny. You are Jazz. You are very funny. Making short jokes about who? But also why? Why are you making short jokes? Are you tall personally? Wow, really raining on that parade there. I mean, you're talking to a whole chat of mostly short people. We are not tall folks. There's a couple of us that are tall, but not me. I don't mind short jokes. That just means, I'm feisty. And I will knock you down. But I'm glad you could join the stream, though. I don't know if you've seen I think that might just be you, Tiny Pants. I am 5'2". I think we're all about 5'2" to 5'1" to 5'4". And then there's you, who is below the 5 foot mark, which just makes you pocket size. And I want to put you in my pocket and carry you around. And I'll feed you little things ever so often. You can take a nap. It'll be fun. Yes. I want to do that with a lot of people, honestly. I am 5'2". If my back doesn't hurt, probably. I did. Go check. I made that in the middle of Ramona's stream. So I did put another announcement. That's on Spike if he missed it. Oh, that is so short. That's a very specific number, but that's how short people count. Tall people are like, I don't know, 6'1", 6'2". Short people are like, I'm 5'2" and 3/4 inches. That's how we count our height. Last week I forgot to put in the reminder, but this week I didn't, because I was in the stream and I was awake because there was a lot of sleeping today accidentally. Anyways, we have got to figure this one out. I thought I was going to be able to do 2 of these puzzles today, but it's just one, obviously. She was never wet. Excuse me, she was never wet, so maybe. So Jasper, okay, let's see if we can piece this together. Okay, this guy who has wet feet and a wet horse, who also smokes the ship cigarettes, as we can tell by his horse. He smokes the ship cigarettes, but they're dry because not everything's wet. It's just the ankles and the lower bottom of the horse. Like the horse went for a shallow swim. Anyways, he met the twisted one, the trampled one, and maybe they got wet is because they trampled this person and were like, oh no, we got to get rid of the blood. This person went into the museum stole the map or the picture on the backside, stole the map, they stole the map, which is a picture of an old lady, but on the back is an actual thing. Anyways, he was waiting over here with his cigarette with the ship on it. She came back, gave him the map, and then she went back through, escaped out here, and I'm assuming he ran her over, just to clarify that he was never going to see that again. She is also one of those people that would steal people's boots by cutting off their legs and then drying them so they could steal the boots intact. Why not just rip them off the feet? I don't know. But there's two people with those tattoos, probably working independently. And so we're trying to figure out which map is the original one, which I'm pretty sure it's either this one or this one. But whatever one is not correct, we need to figure out what makes it not the original. And I'm struggling on this one because I don't know why. Like this guy just said he had research to do. But she was just like, your map is fake, mine is the real thing. But then she couldn't find it. So how does he know hers is fake other than just having that much confidence in hers being correct? And so but we have two or fewer that are incorrect, which means we are 1 to 2 things, or probably in this case, 1 thing away from being completely done with this puzzle. Then we can work on the events. Same. I don't trust it either. But also, like, there's an answer to this. And I don't like the idea of just plugging in everything in here and it's still not working. Which then makes me think, well, maybe this is actually the correct one. Because this is the map that Jasper, the one that stole it from this person, had. And then this person is just wrong on theirs. Because fish. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong on this one. It's not giving me the answer either. In which case, what if none of them have the correct one? And that's the red herring we're dealing with here. We have 2 wrong answers, and so we need to figure that one out. I think she thinks there's probably mermaids, or maybe this. And they've found no spice here that suggests that this is it. And so I am at a loss of what to do with this information now. Sorry, I didn't realize that was behind chat. Truly. And that's part of the issue, is that this is the red herring inn. And so that's what makes it a red herring. Like, none of these are correct, but we need to figure out what makes them incorrect to begin with. Because honestly, looking at the original map from 1792, you can see there's a map on the back of this hideous picture. I mean, this picture of Dear Mother. And that's the picture that was stolen from the thing. I don't think I do, because this map, like I said, there's a landmass in the top left corner, there's a blob in the middle right, in the center right, and then there's like a bird's foot in the below that blob, and I'm not seeing that on any of these. And so if that's the case, Dear Mother's dead by a long shot. I don't think you want to date her. She's going to be slimy, if not just straight up bones. So then, and whatever it is went out to sea. So let's assume that's correct. This is the thing that proves this is not the original from 1797. So then, I don't know what he was looking for. Other than maybe... No. Don't eat bones. And so, and this is, and this is why I'm confused. Is I don't know what, we haven't really heard the story behind either of these, and maybe again I'm just missing something. Like I'm looking at this person that was a healer, and so he has tinctures, he has roots and herbs, and the prognosis for that guy is grim. He's not going to make it. He definitely died. We already saw his little memorial. Red Herring Inn. So this is the Red Herring Inn, but then on the flip side, in 1927, it's now the Battered Cot, which we already know that's how this one's incorrect, because this is just the map for the island tour. This is the map for the Let Cutters murderous stuff, where they run ships aground and then steal people's feet, or boots with their feet, boots with the fur feet. And then we have this lady who has a book of creatures that can be found on the islands, but only one of those creatures actually exists from the book and the others don't, which is why she's got false information. This is also the lady who does stunt plane competitions. Truly. Mariner's Lightning. I don't know. I guess this is just to get his name. She thought it was in her pocket, but she was not the one smoking the cigarettes with the ship on it. She has the cigarettes with the bird on it. And a knife. And the person who got trampled obviously wasn't stabbed. But the only one that has the capability of trampling someone, because he too is wet after wading through the water to get rid of the blood. Also, he just looks a little bit intense. Yours isn't worth the paper it's drawn on anyway. My research proves that mine is the genuine artifact. Maybe it's something in his horse. Other than the cigarettes. Cigarettes are the only thing that connect him to the dead one. She didn't have any cigarettes on her, but she did have the 1200 inside. She had the manhole key, the crowbar. Why do you need a crowbar? Hold up. This is not something you need a crowbar for. This is not a crowbar situation, unless you need a crowbar to break this. But yeah, he was smoking a cigarette right here. So he was the one who met her. And I assume ran her over. Just like had that horse tap dance on her. I just realized half a chat was off screen. So I adjusted it. This is intense indeed. Mauled, battered, trampled. Let's do the events. Maybe something happens. We can do that. We can figure something out from there. Okay. In 1797, let's get the words up. A beast trampled, mauled Eleazar Garner, who in turn shot the beast. Afterwards, Wesley Beckett called, paid, fled, found. Afterwards, not Wesley Beckett then. This was Abacus. Found a picture map outside. In 1927, Jasper Wiles hired Loretta Borde, there we go, to steal the map from Edward Joliffe's museum. However, Eliza tried to blank with the map, so I guess it's not Eliza, it's Loretta Borde tried to flee with the map. So Jasper Wiles trampled with a horse. Loretta. Borde. Well, I mean, we got the story first time around, so that's a plus. I love that we didn't actually finish filling out everything like the maps. He washed the blood from the horse's legs in a trough in the alley. Okay, Loretta was supposed to exit the sewers via the manhole cover outside the front of the museum. Instead, she left through the one behind the museum and attempted to escape with the map. Jasper spotted her, chased her down on horseback. So I got that right. However, I don't know. Jasper, Eliza, allow me to introduce you to the rest of the team. You already know Ms. Song, our scientific advisor. What branch of science do you specialize in? Animal physiology. All right, we're going to put this tank up on this tiny little plank. That's Ivan Kearns, our driver and explorer extraordinaire. I'm sure you've heard of him. And last but not least, our trusty captain. Ready to set sail, sir? Cool. So someone does have the real map. Hold on. Esteemed gentlemen, this is back with the Seven Seas Company. This company keeps coming back. This is crazy. All right. On the 27th of February, a Lemurian vessel was unlawfully attacked and her cargo pillaged. This incident has enraged the Lemurians even more than such acts typically warranted. warrant. Accordingly, I hereby issue the following strict orders. All vessels entering our harbors or encountered upon the high seas by our naval force shall be thoroughly searched for Lemurian relics. Any such articles discovered are to be seized forthwith. Any persons found in possession of said articles are to be apprehended and, following a proper and lawful tribunal, hanged for piracy as befits their crime. This order shall remain in place for 20 years. Yours, sincerely yours, Nicholas Maker, President of the Seven Seas Noble Seven Seas Company, Lanka, Lemuria region. This now takes us back to the original case of the Golden Idol game. Nicholas Maker was one of the guys. That, or he was in early on in the Rise of the Golden Idol. Hard to tell. This has been a long game. Okay, so fun, but we still have a little bit. Hold up. Okay, I still want to know. This is the next one we have to play. Oh wow, I don't know why I keep doing this. I know this is the thing. Okay, we still don't know about the maps. Like, we got everything. I don't know. Who has the right map? I don't know, and I don't like brute forcing this, but also, like, how am I supposed to know? And it's someplace that can take a tank, I guess. Okay. I don't know. I might have to look that one up later, because I don't know why I'm not able to figure that out. Oh, but we did the thing. Is this it? Is this the map? Is this the map? Is that what I'm seeing now? So this is the correct one. That's what the thing is showing. So then, what makes this one incorrect? I don't know. I'm gonna have to let it go. Maybe. I just don't know. But this has been a fun time. This really does exercise my brain. It's so hard. It's so difficult, but I love this game so much. And I hope there's another Golden Idol game. The story's just compelling, and I'm fascinated by where it's going. Like, I don't think they're done telling this story at all. Anyways, thank y'all for coming to stream today. I am again already sleepy, but that's just because I'm always sleepy. I say I'm sleepy. My nose is doing something weird. Anyway, I'm going to stream anyways. Thank y'all for coming to stream. I hope y'all have a great rest of your Monday and a great rest of your week. I'm thinking about streaming another time this week. I'll announce it if I decide to, but I really want to. I'll catch up with y'all later. Have a good one. Bye-bye. I'm so happy that y'all are coming, and I love this. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Good night. Sleep well.